My brother tied me to a chair in the middle of the forest at gunpoint. At the time, I was certain he'd lost his mind. Now, I wish I had listened to him. I woke up tied to a wooden chair inside our family's old cabin, the barrel of a rifle aimed directly at my face. My throat was dry from dehydration and fear. Beside me sat Mary, my fiancée, sobbing uncontrollably, her mouth gagged with cloth, her eyes swollen and red. I begged Arthur to put the gun down, screamed at him, called him sick, insane, but he just stared back with the hollow eyes of someone who hadn't slept in days. His hands were shaking, yet his focus was terrifyingly sharp. In a broken whisper, he told me I hadn't seen what he had found at the edge of the forest. Bodies that weren't mauled by animals, weren't torn apart, but skinned cleanly, carefully, as if something wanted to wear them. I snapped, shouting that Mary had been with me all week and that it was impossible for her to be responsible. But Arthur only looked at her with pure hatred and said that was exactly the problem. Whatever was out there didn't hunt from the outside. It infiltrated. It listened. It learned how we spoke, how we smiled, how we loved, and it waited until we trusted it completely. The cabin fell into an unnatural silence, so heavy it felt like the forest itself was holding its breath. And in that moment, I swore I would kill my own brother if he so much as touched Mary. Then everything collapsed into chaos. I rocked my chair hard enough to knock it over and screamed for Mary to run. Arthur panicked. There was a brief, violent struggle, and then a gunshot exploded through the cabin. Time seemed to freeze. Arthur collapsed to the floor, blood soaking his chest. He looked at me not with anger, but with overwhelming pity, and whispered that he was sorry, that he was too late, before the light drained from his eyes. I broke down, crying and crawling toward his body, calling out to Mary, telling her she was safe now, begging her to untie me. That's when I heard slow footsteps behind me and realized her terrified sobbing had stopped entirely. "Jason?" It was Mary's voice, but the tone was wrong, too calm, too perfect. When I turned around, she was standing there with her head tilted, smiling far wider than any human ever should, moving stiffly like a body that wasn't used to its own bones. She knelt in front of me, brushed my cheek with a hand that felt ice cold, and whispered, "Thank you," in a voice that sounded like dozens of people speaking at once, telling me she had always loved being part of this family. As she kissed my forehead, the skin along her neck shifted, revealing something dark and matted beneath it. Arthur had been right. He was never crazy, and now I'm alone with it.